ladies and gentlemen, I have a super awesome, super fantastic, super spicy, super ridiculous deck I got to showcase for you guys. So yeah, without further ado, roll the intro. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the TCG Cast channel. It's your boy Zay, the resident Digimon expert here on the channel. And today, I have my boy Spencer with me. I don't know if people are able to hear you or not.
Hello,
Spencer,
everyone.
are you there? Oh, Snappy's here.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Let's see if I can. I can probably pop myself on the screen real quick.
you probably can just a little bit, just for the people,
Just a
for the
little bit.
folks, for
There
the
we go.
folks.
For the folks.
Yes.
Add the sauce. Oh my God, that's a big boy. That's a big me. Here we go. I'll put myself right down here in the little corner. I'm here joining Isaiah for a deck profile. I have no idea what it is, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
Yes, it is a fantastic deck profile.
Mm-hmm.
It is it honestly, like when I first saw it. Okay, so I saw this deck a long time ago, and I was able to replicate it and put in like a little twists in it, and it came out pretty good, pretty well. But before we get into the deck profile, I'm actually doing this profile live on Twitch right now,
Mm-hmm.
so follow the Twitch TCG_cast.
Yep.
Yes,
Twitch.tv TCG_cast. We
yes.
record our podcast on there. I'm doing a Nuzlocke, a soul link with my brother, HornetMan135. Go check him out. And I
Mhm.
just bought Elden Ring, so you can see me be hot garbage. But
Oh, here we
with
go.
Elden Ring, I am donating 10 cents per death to Doctors Without Borders until I roll credits in that game.
Oh wow,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah. My brother, who is a lot better than me, is at like 170 something deaths.
Oh,
So he hadn't rolled credits yet, so we're expecting, I'd say, about $50 to Doctors Without Borders. That's 500 deaths before I can roll credits.
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yes. Also, don't forget to follow our YouTube channel, TCG Cast.
Hmm.
You can find a bunch of other deck profiles like the one that we have today. And so, just a little disclaimer: because of some technical issues, our this deck profile is going to be a little bit different than the previous ones, but it's still going to be fuego.
Hmm.
So, let's start off with the eggs for this deck. So we're gonna play 4 copies of Demi Marimon. Let me
Grok.
see if you guys can see this real quick. Like,
Hmm. Yep.
yes, Demi Marimon. You play 4 copies. Why? Because it has an inheritable skill of on deletion. You draw one and trash one. So with and well, I guess not spoiler anymore. This is a purple deck we're playing. And purple, as everybody knows, loves to fill their trash up with at least 10 cards. But it's purple, so it's great. Um, Now though we do play a fifth egg, and that is this Sunomon. So with this Sunomon, essentially on your turn, and only once per turn, when you trash a card from your hand, uh, using one of your card effects, you get to draw a card. So essentially, so we do have a couple of Digimon in here that lets us trash cards, which will kind of like help us cycle our deck and find pieces and whatnot, and then we can draw an additional card with the Sunomon, which is great. So the Sunomon is also pretty good for like late game because you don't necessarily want to see this like turn one. Uh, so so yeah, that's pretty great. So now let's get to the level threes. So for the first level three, we play 4 Gabumon. This is the BT2 Gabumon, which basically says on deletion you draw two and trash one.
Hmm.
So if we pair it up with the Demi Marimon, we get to draw three and trash two, which essentially, well, if we have like a level four above it, essentially is kind of like what's her name, Lady Devimon, which is fantastic. Tell me, was it Pot of Greed or Graceful Charity that kind of does something like that? Fantastic. Now we also play another Gabumon in this deck. 3 copies of the starter deck Gabumon. So essentially what this guy does is inheritable is when attacking and not once per turn, you get to draw a card and trash a card. So again, this is nice to kind of fill out our pieces and whatnot. I think if I were to update this deck, I might cut it to 2, mainly because that we already have great Digimon in here that can help us boost our trash up. And we don't necessarily want to like trash whenever we're attacking. But it does come up in a lot of cases, which I will show you guys later. So now, the next level 3 we play is 3 copies of Goblimon. Now, this card is great because when you trash it, here, wait, come back to me. There you go. When you
Okay, there it
trash a
is.
card from your hand, use one of your card effects, you get to gain 2,000 power, which is fantastic. So we get to boost our Digimon whenever we're trashing. We're trashing a card once per turn, though. Only once per turn. So that's good. Now, for the next set of level 3s, I would say that they're like one of the utility level 3s. So we play 4 copies of Labramon. I absolutely love this card because on play, you get to draw one and trash one. So essentially, it's Demi Marimon, but as an on play effect, which is great. And there's some cheeky plays that you can kind of uh, utilize with it, which is just fantastic. Um, so the next level 3 is just 4 copies of Candlemon. Um, this card actually is one of the MVPs of the deck. One of the just absolutely one of the MVPs. Because a slight spoiler, we play Ginkaku promote, which has the rush ability. So we like hard play Candlemon, digivolve it to Ginkaku promote, swing, and then get value off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then the next level 3 that we play, it's the last level 3, is 3 Gazimon. This is really good against blue because they can absolutely not use anything to help them gain memory when this card is out on the field. It is a floodgate for memory, which is fantastic. Also pretty decent against the Cherubimon deck. That kind of stops them from their Lotmon gaining memory whenever they play a tamer and whatnot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the level 4s, the fantastic level 4 in this deck, and you gotta play 4 copies of it. Have to. Eyesmon, baby, Eyesmon Scatter Mode, 4 copies of it. Wanna know why? On deletion, you draw 3 and trash 2. Do you know how broken that is? Okay. Now hear me out, right? Hear me out. You have Eyesmon Scatter Mode under Gabumon, under Demimera, right? You have this going on right here, right? If the camera can. Whoop.
Whoop, will it
Come on,
focus?
camera.
There it
There
is.
we go. So you have this on, right? You're drawing 3, trashing 2. You draw 2 and draw 1. And then you draw 1 and draw 1.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, you draw 6 and trash 4.
Yep.
That is so much cycling. And then if this dies, your trash is at 7 cards already.
Mm-hmm.
So turn 1, if you have this out, it's just busted. It's absolutely busted. And you want to know what makes this even more busted? You pair it up with Eyesmon, baby.
Until it gets banned.
Until it gets banned. Yes, sir. Now, why is this card broken? Because if you use Eyesmon as material to trash a card, instead of going to the trash, you play it for free. So you have a level 4 that's on the field for free. And for each Eyesmon scatter mode in your trash, it gets 2,000 power. So hypothetically, if we have 4 Eyesmon scatter modes in the trash, this gets okay. What's 2 times 4? 8,000.
Mm-hmm.
So this turns into a 13k Digimon.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I do math right? Yeah, I did do math right.
Mm-hmm.
This beats out any level 6. Well, almost every level 6. Including a level 7 if they're playing like if they're playing what's his name? Zwart Defeat or
Yeah.
Millennium on.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's pretty
Absolutely
nutty.
crazy.
I can see
But
why it's
like
banned.
but the thing is though, that's not even the MVP of this deck. You wanna know
Mm-hmm.
what the MVP of this deck is? Ogremon.
Ogremon.
Yes. This
EXO1
card,
Ogremon.
yes, EX01. Why? Why is this crazy? Because when attacking and not once per turn, let me point that out. It's not once per turn. You get to trash a card in your hand, and then you gain security attack +1. So, yes, he's a level 4. That is a 5k, and you can swing twice. Yeah, that's cool. But remember the Goblibon that I just showed you?
Mm-hmm.
That gives it that if you trash a card using a card effect, you get 2000 power.
Mm-hmm.
This turns into a 7k Digimon that you get to, or yeah, 7k Digimon that hits for 2 checks. That's nice. That's absolutely nice. And then with level 4s, like I mentioned earlier, you play 3 copies of Ginkaku Promote. Basically, we play this because it has the rush ability. We don't do the on play effects with it because we don't play any of the Ginkakus or Kinkakus. But we just mainly use it just to Digivolve on top of uh, on top of a level 3 that we played. Or if you're really big brain, if you play Eyesmon on the field using its effect and you Digivolve it to Ginkaku Promote, you can swing with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's busted. And then, and so that's all the level 4s we play. Now we get into the tamers of this deck. And we don't play a lot of tamers. So the first player tamer we play is Matashita. So it's a memory reset tamer, and then also on play you get to return a purple option or a purple Digimon from your trash to your hand. So we get to get our pieces back, and we can use them for later on use, which is nice. Now the second tamer we play in this deck is Sora and Mimi. So these are the BT6, I believe BT6 dual tamer. And if your opponent doesn't have a level 4 or lower Digimon on the field, you get to gain 2 memory, which does come up in certain matchups. Not necessarily some of the hybrid matchups, but like outside of that, like maybe like a Lord Nightmon or what's the other deck? Sometimes Cherubimon. This does come up and it's fantastic. Then also, when one of your purple Digimon attacks, you can tap it to draw one and trash one, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use this to trash a card, and if we have Eyesmon Scatter Mode in trash, we can just uh top deck into, well, maybe top deck unless you already have it in hand. Draw Eyesmon, play it, gain a bunch of value. Fantastic. Now the rest of the cards in this deck is option cards. So the first option card that I want to showcase is Deathclaw. Now this is a starter deck card, which essentially says you may delete one of your Digimon to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So this is nice if your opponent like brought out, I don't know, let's say you're playing against Blue Hybrid, they brought out Korikakumon. You can delete one of your Digimon to delete one of that Korikakumon, or you can get rid of their what's the Bokumon.
Mm-hmm.
You can get rid of that, which is fantastic. Also, it has a security effect that you could just delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon, which is fantastic. Now you mainly use this only if well, yes, to get rid of problematic Digimon, but you can also use this if your Eyesmon Scatter Mode doesn't get deleted when it needs to be deleted. And there's so many times where like I swung into security, hit a Bokumon, and then I was just like, okay, Deathclaw, kill my guy, uh, like draw 6, trash 4, and then I played like 2 Eyesmons. Absolutely busted.
Yep.
Absolutely busted. Now the next card is 2 Jack Raid. Um, this is basically Purple's Hammer Spark.
Hmm.
Because in security you gain 2, but also for every 10 cards in your trash, you get to gain a memory. And there's been a lot of times where my trash is at like 20, so I just play 2 of these to gain 4 memory. Fantastic. Um, and then the next option that we play, which in my opinion is the MVP option, is a fantastic card called Demonic Disaster. Now, what this card says is you may delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend one of your other Digimon. And then its security effect is you could play a level 3 on your field, but it can't use any on play options. So if you were to play this in the deck, you can't use the security option to play Labramon, which I wish I could, but can't do it. But this card is nice because if you pair this up with the Ogremon that I showed you earlier, you can swing, trash a card, then you can play Eyesmon. Well, let's say just Eyesmon for free using
Hmm.
its effect. Then it's a 7K, hits for 2 checks. Then you play Demonic Disaster to kill that Eyesmon, unsuspend uh
Ogremon.
unsuspend Ogremon.
Hmm.
Then you can swing again, trash another card, and now it's hitting for 3 security checks instead of 2. So in one turn, you just basically OTK'd your
Yeah.
opponent's Digimon
Throw a
or
purple
opponent.
hybrid in there somewhere.
It's so crazy. Um, then the next option card that we play is Calling from the Darkness. This is a new BT7 option card that basically says delete one of your Digimon, then you get to return 2 purple Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. Now with this card, you are if you don't have a target on the field to delete, you are still able to return 2 purple Digimon from your trash because it says then. That's what I mainly do with this card. But again, if your Eyesmon doesn't proc, then you can use that to full send with that. Now, the next card we play is Underworld's Calling.
Hmm.
This
Classic.
card is actually very great because one, if you use this as trash material, you get to draw a card after you trash it. Then also, it has a main effect where you could play a level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash basically for free. So you know what we can play with that? We can play another Eyesmon,
Ogremon.
Ogremon,
Hmm.
or Genkaku Promote. Which let me tell you, there's been so many times where I stole games using that. So many times. Um, and then the last option card that we play is just
One
Fly
fly
Bullet.
bullet.
This basically lets us just delete any like level 6 or lower or pesky level 6 or lower Digimon. Um, Now, if you were to make this at home, I would advise to put at least like 1 more in there because this deck is not necessarily like removal based. It's mainly just to kind of beat your opponent down uh with the level 4s and whatnot, and then after that you just win the game. But oh my gosh, I've had so much fun with this deck. There's literally 2 times where, like I mentioned earlier, I think like the first time I played this deck, I I had a Ogremon, or I had a Goblymon and an Ogremon in raising. My opponent swung and hit into a Eyesmon scatter mode, and I had an Eyesmon in hand, so I was like, oh, this is free real estate. So I pushed up, I swung. I had like 3 memory at that time. So I pushed up, swing with Ogremon, trash the Eyesmon to play it for free. And then he was at 7K, did 2 checks and lived, played Demonic Disaster. Then I killed the Eyesmon, unsuspended. Then I swung for a 3rd time. I trashed, um, what was it? I trashed. Oh, that's what it was. I trashed a Underworld's Call to draw a card, and I top decked into another Eyesmon. Then I hit for 3 security. I died on the last security.
Mm-hmm.
So then I did the Eyesmon effect to where, or sorry, the Demi Marimon effect where I drew one and trashed a card.
Mm-hmm.
So when I trashed, I played another Eyesmon. Then the card that I drew off of the Demi Marimon effect was Ginkaku Promote. So I just Digivolve for 1 on Ginkaku Promote, and I was at like 1 memory at that time, and then it swung for game. And my opponent was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
Literally OTK'd with a purple deck.
it's ridiculous. And then the second memorable time I've had with this deck was I swung with Eyesmon. So I was at 3 memory at this time. I swung with Eyesmon scatter mode. I drew my 6, trashed 4, and I trashed the Underworld's Call and then 3 Eyesmons. Because I played them on the field. And then I had 3 Genkaku promotes in hand. So I just Digivolve 1 Eyesmon to Genkaku, swing, Genkaku swing, Genkaku swing. My opponent was like, yo, what? How am I so low on turn 1? And I was like, eh. Well, it wasn't turn 1. I think it was like turn 2 or 3. But yeah, it was crazy. I've had so much fun with this deck, and I hope that you guys have as much fun as I'm having. So if you have any comments about this deck or anything, let us know in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Yes.
The all Eyesmon on me deck.
All Eyesmon on me. Wow. What a fantastic title. Oh my god, yes. 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 Clip it and ship it, boys.
Yeah, clip it and ship it.
Yes. So that's it for the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. This is I believe this will be the first BT7 deck profile out. I have a couple more up my sleeve, so stay tuned for those. And again, it's been your boy Zay, the resident Digimon expert here on the channel, and
your boy Spencer. Hold on, keep those fingers there.
There we go.
Oh,
What?
There I am. It's your boy Spencer. We've been the TCG Cast. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace. Yo. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. That's not it. No.
Yo.
Yo.
It's the intro.
It's the intro. Okay.